Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I'm your host, Nick Ricada of Ricada Law, small law firm in central Minnesota. To be clear, I am not licensed to practice law currently. Just in case anybody thought me saying who I am and where I'm from is an ad because they're stupid. That said, hi, how are you? I have something in my throat, so my voice is a little bit strained. Sorry, I've been coughing and coughing and coughing. It's a potato. It was a potato. It was a potato. You got a license. License for that, mate? No, I don't. I don't have a license for it specifically. But I'm happy to see you all here. Thank you. This show is good Christ. We're going to fix this in a minute. This show is not going to be all that long. I have a hearing at 2. And so I can't be here very long. But I wanted to share some thoughts on Charlie Kirk. Good God. At this point, it's just dick in my fucking throat. I don't know, like, what is going on? All right. We're going to talk about Charlie Kirk, who was murdered yesterday in vicious cold blood. My political assassination that has gripped the nation, has influenced, how people are addressing politics, are addressing each other, and will likely have ramifications and ripples that we'll never see directly linked to it, but it'll be there. I got to tell you, like, the murder of Charlie Kirk kind of rocked me a little bit yesterday. I don't do like speaking events like that. I do stupid live shows or whatever. But this is a guy who's out there on the front lines of discourse. And speech matters to me. And to see him shot was a nasty, nasty dose of reality that the insulated world of the internet and internet commentary is not so safe. It is not so insulated as we think. And that the realm of ideas is still one of the most dangerous arenas that mankind has ever produced. And to see people who go out there and fight in the realm of ideas is something we should admire and protect. And Charlie Kirk was a guy who did it really, really well. He did it with enough humility and personal interaction to make it meaningful. His invitation was simple. Sit down with me and change my mind. Of course, you're not going to change his mind. That's not the point. The point is to have discourse and discussion with a framework of come to me, sit with me, speak with me. I'm not standing in front of you pontificating. I'm not yelling from a podium, a pulpit. I'm just going to sit down with you and have conversations about whatever subject. Subjects that are important to the American people, subjects that are important to him, and subjects that are obviously important to the people who choose to spend their time and sit down and have a discussion. That simple concept brought Charlie to the forefront of American politics. It brought him into the circle of Donald Trump. It brought him into the eyes and expectations of the Republican Party. I mean, Charlie Kirk was going to be a figure in the Republican Party for years to come, maybe decades. And his voice is silenced by one sad individual with a bullet. He leaves behind a wife and kids. And everything I just said is less important than that. That being said, Charlie will likely become part of the voice of a rising tide of the American right as it takes back the public square from the left. It's been doing so for the past several years. It's been doing so very effectively due to people like Charlie Kirk, due to inflammatory speakers like Nick Fuentes, and due to the stodgy old Republican power base, people like John Cornyn, etc. The American right is on the rise again, and we see political violence plaguing it. You know, an assassination attempt of President Trump, and now the actual assassination of a prominent right-wing speaker. It's hard to deal with. And I want to talk a little bit more about it. But I've devised a drink in honor of Charlie Kirk to do a toast to him. And it's a non-alcoholic drink, one, because I can't drink alcohol, but two, because he didn't drink. And so I figured, you know, it wouldn't make sense to make a shot for Charlie Kirk that was loaded up with liquor if that wasn't something that he partook in. So I'm going to mix up the drink with you. The shot itself is actually, it's a 3-stage shot. It involves a piece of American sushi, which I'll show you, followed by the shot, followed by another piece of American sushi. I've got it all ready to go, except for the shot isn't mixed yet. Let's see. First things first, I guess we'll mix up this drink. I'll show you the ingredients, but I don't have an easy way to like measure everything out on camera. But it's just a standard shot glass, really simple. You're going to take, I have this ginger paste, but you can just grate up ginger. It's fine. We're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. I haven't tried this shot. I think it'll be good though. So we're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of this ginger paste is what I've got. You can use regular ginger or paste. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Get in there. Ew. It's goopy. Then you're going to do a teaspoon of lemon juice, a teaspoon of Hatch chili salsa water. I know it's weird. But it'll be good. And then we're going to fill the rest of the shot glass with beef bone broth. After that, we'll mix that up, and then we're going to rim it with sriracha. And the reason we're going to rim it with sriracha and why we're using Hatch chili salsa water, Hatch chilies are an American chili from New Mexico. And, you know, sriracha, sriracha is like the most American thing on the planet. It's the only thing that we brought back from Asia that has surpassed gonorrhea. So it's good. Good times. Ah! Hold on. I'm making a disastrous mess. Sorry, I just spilled lemon juice everywhere. Do I often rim things? Only when Charlie Kirk's involved. Sounds like soup, not a shot. Well, it's making a non-alcoholic shot isn't the easiest thing in the world because you have to like make it desirable to drink. But I think it should have like a burn to it, like alcohol. Wait, see, I got this fresh hatch chili salsa. I'm just going to pour like about a teaspoon of the salsa water into the shot glass here. Yay, so now we got ginger, lemon juice, and salsa water. And then, like I said, you just fill the rest of it with beef bone broth, which I'm getting right now. Hold on. My desk isn't really made for cooking surface. All right, so beef bone broth that I just opened, so no one has any stupid shit to say about it. All right. Now, we're going to take sriracha and run it around the top. I also have Tabasco brand sriracha because like that's even funnier. It was America stole sriracha sauce, and then an American company stole sriracha sauce even harder. Good job, Tabasco. All right. Now for the rest of it. We have two pieces of American sushi, which is a potato fried in beef tallow, covered with a thin slice of rare tenderloin. All right. And then a jalapeno on top because jalapenos are delicious. So the way to do the shot is to eat a piece of beef and potatoes, meat and potatoes, man. Charlie Kirk, right? Take the shot and then do the other piece of beef. I'm trying to do this without spilling everything everywhere. All right. So, move your camera, Megan. I don't care about your problems. To Charlie Kirk. A shockingly young man whose life was taken needlessly and senselessly by someone over thoughts and ideas. A man who personified the exchange of thoughts and ideas in a courteous but confrontational manner. A man who was brave enough to go out to wherever he was going, to stand in front of tens of thousands of people, to deliver a message of American conservative politics. And most of all, to the family he leaves behind. I said yesterday, and I'll say it again, the spouse and children of every martyr would rather another day than a louder voice. So may we not ever discount the grieving of his family. Cheers, Charlie. Boy, it's actually really fucking good. What is going on with the screen? That's StreamYard being stupid. Just a second, I'll fix it. Was this whole thing like that? What is happening? Thanks, StreamYard. Lovely. I thought you were just talking about my. You have to understand. What I'm looking at is the normal full frame image of me and has been the whole time. Wow, I hate everything. I didn't notice until I looked over at the my YouTube studio, which shows me what you guys see. StreamYard is supposed to show me what you guys see, but it wasn't. Wow. Delete stream, start again. I don't have another shot. Anyway, I will report. That was really delicious. Strong recommend. So I've been trying to think of what to say about this and about the shooting. Show of hands. How many of you guys actually saw the close-up of the video? Is horrifying. I mean, I've seen worse stuff on the internet, but it doesn't matter. It's absolutely horrifying. It is it is the epitome of violence. It's what violence looks like. There's always a good purpose to take stock and remember that there's really pure evil in the world. It does exist. It's out there. But it's important for us to engage it. I'm not saying everybody needs to go out and watch a video of a man being murdered. I don't think you should. If that's not within your normal sensibilities, don't do it. Just know that it's horrific and graphic, and it has all the brutality of a life ripped asunder rather than fading away. And it has all of the callousness that is a hallmark of current American politics. And the idea that anybody would be shot over ideas, over the exchange of ideas, over the defense of principles and concepts, and over the advancement of an ideology that is political in nature and, of course, highly charged, but is merely political ideology. How we choose to deliver the message is as important as the message, and choosing to deliver it with a bullet is never the right option. Until it is, of course. But that option is not one of assassination. That is one of revolution, and it is one of defense of nations. It is not one. It is not to be used in fear of a man in his mouth. Though a man in his mouth is the most dangerous thing humanity has ever concocted, it's not to be feared and responded to with violence. It is to be conquered with better ideas. It's to be conquered with a louder voice. It's to be conquered with the will of the populace behind you, in the interests of that populace held in your hands and your heart. Is to be delivered, or in the case of Charlie Kirk, spoon-fed to the opposition until they're so confronted with ideas that they have to engage them. But that can be done with peace and humility and respect and courtesy. When I think of Charlie Kirk, and when I think of Turning Point USA, when I think of the humble way they approached college campuses to sit down and talk to people who have been indoctrinated by a system that is geared towards a certain ideology, progressing towards the destruction of humanity, one syllable at a time. He sat down in the face of that system and in the face of all the hatred that would come his way. He said, "Hey, bring a coffee, sit down, talk to me about it. Let's remember who we are. Let's remember that the other side is voiced by a person or a group of people as well. Politics is so hot. It's so hot right now, but not in the good, sexy way, right? Politics is hot in the way of it becoming dangerous. I think back to 2010, 2012, the Tea Party days, right? Which is kind of where Charlie got his start, if I understand correctly, around that time. I think back to when I was driving around listening to Glenn Beck and him talking about a push towards, it was a movement at the time, or a conceptual movement, I guess, called Recreate 68. The idea was to flood the United States with political unrest and civil disobedience, and then ultimately political violence. Reminiscent of 1968, in which several significant events happened in and around. But we're talking about flashpoints in American politics where the pot does boil over. The cook has turned his back and is washing dishes and forgot that he has something on the stove. And in the wake of that is always tragedy and loss. Tragedy and loss of human life, tragedy and loss of friendships and family bonds, tragedy and loss of the dignity that we see in our fellow humans, whether they be compatriots or whether they be enemies. Our enemies within our own country should always be greeted with a handshake, not a knife. And after vigorous debate, after the exchange of ideas, after the prominence of one line of thought over another handshake, and a farewell. And each party can go home, ponder what they discussed, and choose to change their perceptions or not. That is how the world has changed. But events like yesterday are flashpoints. They're sparks. And all we can hope is that the kegs on the powder are still sealed and the sparks will fall harmlessly on wooden slats rather than on black powder. So in summation, it's going to be tempting to use the death of Charlie Kirk. And believe me, there are people who are already ready to use it to their maximum gain or the maximum gain of their agenda. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be tempting to use him, to make him into a martyr, to cheapen, because just turning up the volume doesn't always make the message better, right? To cheapen who he was by taking his death as an excuse to advance his ideas. I don't know that Charlie would have wanted that. I didn't know him. Maybe he would. But I think his influence and his power and his respect and dignity was in his humanity, not in his volume, not in his effectiveness, but in his willingness to engage one-to-one. And we should all take note of that and take that lesson home. Godspeed, Mr. Kirk. All right. With that, I'm going to read these couple messages, and then we're going to look at how to make a breakfast shake. Sound good? I hope so.
I don't know what to eat for breakfast. Maybe a breakfast shake? Alas, I don't know how to make one. I know it needs at least 5 pounds of meat and 1/4 cup of better than bouillon.
You don't know how to make one, but you're going to learn today. You're going to learn today.
Seeing those loving violence, making mental notes about those okay with being punched in the face. Rather silly that this crap happens.
I agree. It really, the whole punch a Nazi thing has started several years ago, and the justification of political violence as an acceptable means of communication is stunning. It's stunning that the American people were like, yes, this is what we actually want to have. That's what we're looking for. This is from Anonymous, says, is the man who celebrated Alyssa's cancer going to call out the people happy CK Charlie Kirk died like he is morally superior? Oh, honey, it's the same picture. Okay, good. I hope she dies twice. I'm not going to kill her or anything. Like, that'd be crazy. But I have no regard for her. So, thanks. Salty C. Welcome to Paralegal Status. Just Jewel. Welcome to Lawyer Status. Mistress Meg, member for 7 months, says we can only see 2/3 of you. I found that out. Thank you. Ben Togel says Nick has reincarnated more times than the Dalai Lama at this point. Rick Nikita says, what the fuck is American sushi? Again, it's a potato. I made it up. I don't know. It's a potato fried in beef tallow, just lightly salted, and then a slice of rare beef tenderloin across the top of it, kind of like you would have sushi, like a slice of fish over rice for sushi, and then a jalapeno because that makes it good. So there we go. Let's see. And then Ron Coleman, welcome to Paralegal Status. How you doing, Ron? I hope you're well. All right. Let me get the breakfast shake pulled up. Like I said, I have a hearing at 2, so I'll have to bounce just a hair before that. And I'll have to bounce just a hair before that, and then we'll probably do a show later tonight. I've wanted to get back to the night shows, but I've had some stuff come up last minute, and it's been kind of a mess. Nephilim 6 says they take our kids in churches and schools. They strike our voices. Enough is enough with them and their ideology. If we just sit back, it won't stop. I agree, but how you stand up matters. And standing up with retributory violence isn't the way to do it. It never is. Zach says, it is a tragically beautiful thing to die for speaking what you believe. Jesus, the founding fathers, Martin Luther King Jr., all those martyrs' messages have lived long past their lifetimes. R.I.P. Yes, I agree. But I also always question what they could have done if they were given more time. Tommy Review says, good to see you streaming, brother. Watching the close-up was gut-wrenching as my son just turned 1. And all I felt was heartache as a father. Yeah.
Nick, that near tear was allowed. The desire to shut down speech and create violence hurts us all. I still think that you need to try and get Milo on. Ex-gay and ex-addict fusing into all snark.
I think Milo's hilarious. I would happily talk to him to do that. I think he's a really interesting guy, and he's been through a whole lot, including conversion therapy or whatever. Go get it. All right. I'm going to run to the bathroom and grab a drink. So I'll be right back. And, I don't touch that dial. I'll be right back. See? Oh no! What's happening?
He drank a fair bit and then realized that his bladder can't handle the liquor inside, leaving us with his chair while he runs up the stairs, hoping the stream doesn't suddenly die. While we are waiting, we'll be laughing at you. The drinking along is what most of us do. The chat is united, getting excited. What you have for us when your being is through. When you have a small bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers. Now you're washing your hands and you realize that you've forgotten to scrub both the front and the back. Then you'll grab a quick bite, kiss your lady goodnight, and remember to thank her for all of the snacks. Whoa, water will cure your hangover. Oh, so drink some when the stream is over. When you have small bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers. Soaking your drawers. He drank a fair bit and then realized that his bladder can't handle the liquor inside, leaving us with his chair while he runs up the stairs, hoping the stream doesn't suddenly die. While we are waiting, we'll be laughing at you. The drinking along is what most of us do. The chat is united, getting excited. What you have for us when your being is through. When you have a small bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers. Now you're washing your hands and you realize that you've forgotten to scrub both the front and the back. Then you'll grab a quick bite, kiss your lady goodnight, and remember to thank her for all of the snacks. Whoa, water will cure your hangover. Oh, so drink some when the stream is over.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. Sorry about that. How you doing? Oh man. We had a chat over on Rumble from Bogart63 says, cheers, Nick, even on this such a sad day. True. It is such a sad day. Have you guys noticed, like, I don't know if I'm crazy. Maybe I am, but I don't think so. Why does the political violence happen against the right? And only against the right as of late. Like the assassinations, the prominent political violence, the assault on the speakers and the voices and the soul of the movement, right? I'm not talking about you can make a claim like of the left would claim, right? Like systemic racism or systemic prejudice is a constant ongoing political violence against all of our voices. It's like, yeah, well, shut the fuck up about that. No one cares about that. How about murdering someone directly because of their ideas and because of my ideas and because of our ideas? Why are we the ones murdered? You say, well, we're the ones oppressed. It's like, fuck you. I'm under the same government. I'm under the same government you are. You're not more oppressed than me. You don't have some privilege of oppression. You don't have that. Like that's so far removed from the American zeitgeist. Get the fuck over it. Oh, someone didn't honor your pronouns. Wow. Who cares? Oh, someone doesn't like your race. So what? Your tax the same. Your rights are the same. The crimes are the same. Outside of some sort of nebulous systemic prejudice, the enforcement of the law is the same. Your government treats you as equals. That does not mean you have an equal experience. It does not. And I am no fan of government, no government apologist, as all of you should know by now, even less so than before. But you're whining over your lack of power, lack of privilege, or whatever it is, always accompanied by the most vague, weak, and fickle evidence. Is getting tired in the face of bullets entering bodies. Adam Anderson says, why are you getting your drinks from the bathroom? Well, that's where the best drinks are. God, they're also sterile. I rib you for not giving $2 worth of content value, but thanks for talking about Charlie. Well, I'm glad you're ribbing me or whatever. Coding at the speed of light says, I fear we are going into darkness. I think people are desperate for the adults in the room, and killing isn't that. Let's be the adults. Also recall an eye for an eye, and the whole world goes blind. Well, half blind. How about that? I've always got one eye left. Okay. We've got it. I'm pulling it up right now. I don't think we're going to finish this video. Oh, where are you, sneaky fucking thing? Hold on. I might have to do this a different way. I have a... I think I have a link to it. Just have to find it real quick. Is this it? Yep. Okay, here we go. So, you know, I definitely don't want to cheapen anything or whatever, but I feel like in the wake of horrifying things, you know, a little levity is always a proper thing to put on the menu. And so we're going to start this now. We'll go for a little bit. And then, like I said, I have to get ready for a hearing in a little while. And this video is too long to finish, but we'll finish it probably tonight. Can we? There. I'm sorry. Look at that face. Oh boy. You know this breakfast shake is going to wake him up. It's going to have him ready to go. This is how we do it. Okay. Here we are. Hello, everyone.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to One Civil Law. So for today, we're just going to do a very brief cooking with Kirk. We're just going to make my breakfast shake. I don't necessarily only have it for breakfast. I use it as a meal replacement for other meals.
It's not just
But,
breakfast. Sometimes I eat
I often
it
have
other
breakfast.
times.
It is a very nice blend. It's also very well balanced on the macros when you do the math, because I've done the math to check the macros, and so I thought I'd share my recipe with you, and perhaps inspire.
Guys, it's well balanced in the macros. Now again, like, imagine that you are an alien approaching the human race, and you're like, okay, well, let's scan their media, and the first thing you see is Kurt's video on a breakfast shake where he's telling you about how balanced the macros are. And you look at him and you're like, this is healthy human. Okay, I got it. The macros will save us all. Zach says he looks like someone allergic to peanuts who only eats peanuts. Like, he's just constantly puffed up. His breakfast shake is just Benadryl. This is how I live.
Your own breakfast shake. So I thought I'd share with you my recipe. It's pretty simple, pretty basic, but it gets the job done. Okay. All right. So of course we start with just a simple blending cup where we have a NutriBullet for blending purposes. So we just got ourselves a simple NutriBullet blending cup. Okay. And we start with some simple unsweetened vanilla almond milk. You know, low calorie, but provides some nice flavor. No added sugar. Good stuff, right?
Tell me more
so
about your almond.
And so we just
I
pour
want
it
to
in.
know about it.
We don't have to be precise about this because we'll add in more liquid if we need to later. So we just want to start with some liquid for you know, the ingredients we're going to add. Okay. First ingredient is 1 container.
The first ingredient was almond milk.
Of
I was
phage,
me.
2% yogurt. This has many obvious benefits, of course. First of all, it's just, you know, it's decent. It's 100 calories. It's got, you know, nice fat content, nice protein content in particular, very nice. Yeah. And of course, it's got all that active bacteria goodness. Plus, of course, it leads to a much more creamy experience. So just 1 tub, 5.3 ounces. That's why I get these little single ones, so I don't have to measure it. And just put in the whole container, and easy peasy. Said like Faye. Okay, Faye yogurt then.
Where it's sad yogurt. Are you seeing it?
Okay, so we just take this
Faye,
little tablespoon. Just take that out. Yoink.
Bloop.
Great. Try to get as much of it off the spoon as we can. Of course, don't want to waste any.
Sorry, look at that mitt. Like he should be behind a catcher's plate. Like, good Lord. And the watch squeezing the wrist fat in is good. That's premium.
So stir it a little. Great. Next ingredient. Oh, spoon go in the thing. No problem.
Bring the spoon, Howard.
All right, next ingredient. MCT oil. Good fat. MCT oil, of course, is just a nice form of fat. You could use anything that's fat. You could use unsalted butter. You could use coconut oil. You could use basically anything. Right now, I'm just using MCT oil. It's a little bit cleaner. It's a nice fuel that can really get your body started. So I just do 1 tablespoon of MCT oil.
This is like one of those people who's like, you know, they see like an ad and it's like, oh, this will make me healthy. 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 Try a salad. Just do that. Try a salad. Put vegetables on your sandwiches and hamburgers and then eat less. Like, eat one less a day. It's like, this is the good fat. It's like, brother, you got enough good and bad fat for several villages. Like, you don't need it. TB says, every time there's a conservative president, the libs are so angry. Whereas when there's a Dem president, the reps just sit back and watch and accept it. Ever notice that? Yeah, I've noticed it more and more. Like, I'm not a Tim Pool guy, right? Like, I'm not one who's going to say, oh, civil war is coming or anything like that. But political unrest is scary. Like, it's not, the next civil war. In reality, we've been in a civil Cold War for a while, but the next civil war is not going to be battle lines drawn like the previous civil war. It's going to be people getting stabbed in the way to the grocery store, people getting shot in the head at events. Like, it's going to be the Charlie Kirk footage. It's going to be the Donald Trump footage. That's what the next American Civil War is. We're too mobile and interconnected now to have a similarly staged war without some intervening catastrophe that prevents technology from working, like a massive power outage, something like that. That's when battle lines are drawn. We don't have that. What we have are neighbors. Our neighbors are allies and enemies, and interchangeably. You may not even know, but in an actual conflict between the two sides, between the ideologies, it won't be state by state, I don't think. And I don't think it'll be so clear. And yeah, I think it'll be messier. Do I remember Caliban? They sell it in Minnesota.
Like so?
No, you.
Great. Easy. All right, next.
Scoop it off the spoon.
We have an Amazing Greens blend. Now, I'm probably going to switch back to just straight normal Amazing Greens, but at some point I got this berry flavored, so I'm just using it because I have it. But,
Joe Schmo, I'm not strawmanning Tim Pool because Tim Pool's arguments about the Civil War are irrelevant. I was just merely calling out lightheartedly to his rather frequent calls of the imminence of civil war, rather than the purposes behind it. It may have been confused because I talked about, a little bit about details that followed, but I wasn't trying to imply that those were Tim's ideas about it. I was merely calling out to the frequency of his mention. That's all. And it's lighthearted. I really don't, I don't think Tim Pool thinks civil war is coming tomorrow or anything like that. It's a meme, my friend.
Basically, 1 scoop of this green blend for some additional nutrition.
Hey, DK Cripple. I did the Charlie Kirk stuff first, and now we're on to levity. You should try it.
Make sure that you get in some other stuff. So just like to put in 1 scoop. Amazing Grass is a good blend. I'm probably just going to switch back to the regular one, but I have the berry blend for now, so the berry blend it is.
You get Amazing Greens and get a berry blend. Like, those aren't green. I mean, I guess they're
1
green
scoop.
berries.
Great.
That doesn't look like berries at all.
Next.
That looks like bullshit.
Next is oatmeal. We are going to use an organic oatmeal. Just try to keep it a little bit cleaner.
I'm not better.
You could use Quaker Oats or anything else you want to, obviously.
Happy.
It doesn't really matter what kind of oatmeal you get because we're going to blend it up anyway. So it doesn't really matter what cut of oatmeal you get because, you're going to put it in the blender, so whatever. But, we're going to use 3/4 of.
No, it really does matter. It really does matter. You're going to blend them up, so it doesn't matter. It does. Steel cut oats come out thicker, whether you blend rolled oats or not. Steel cut oats are going to, they have part of the steel cutting of them leaves a sort of thickening starchy residue. That thickening starchy residue is going to thicken your drink differently than the rolled oats will. They're different. They're different. They're called different things for a reason. Maybe you don't care which one you put in, but it does matter. Like it matters. I don't know.
A cup of oatmeal. Of course, that gets your fiber and your bulk and your carbohydrates, all that good stuff and goodness. So we're just going to take our lovely, that's a half cup measure. Where's the 3/4 cup measure? There's the 3/4 cup.
Measuring cups are all gross.
We're going to take 3/4 of a cup of this wonderful oatmeal here. Great.
It's debatable. It's great.
And then to finish it off, we use Optimum Nutrition's casein protein. Casein, as opposed to whey, casein takes longer to digest. So it doesn't, it has a couple of advantages over whey, at least to me. It takes longer to digest, so it doesn't spike your like insulin as much. And also because it takes
doesn't spike your insulin as much. Ah! Okay, just a second. We got a super tip here.
Hey, Nick, since you currently technically aren't a lawyer, your channel shouldn't be called Rakita Law. Try something more like Rakita Dong, because your best trait is being a dick.
That's true. That's true.
It's longer to digest. It takes, it's more satisfying for longer. So I prefer casein protein as opposed to whey protein for my shakes. This is Optimum Nutrition. It's as good a brand as any. I think it's a great.
Yeah, it's as good as brand as any. That's a weird expression when you think about it. Like, I don't normally think about this, but he said it, and so now I am. But like, it's as good a brand as any. Well, like some of them aren't good, so like that's actually a weird expression, right? Like, well, this is as good as any of them. It's like, well, that includes any of them, which necessarily includes all of them. So it has to be necessarily the worst based on what you just said.
Brand 24 grams of protein per scoop, and we're going to do 2 scoops of that. So that's another 48 grams of protein plus the protein that was in the yogurt already and the other ingredients. So, we're going to do 2 scoops of that, and this is just chocolate peanut butter because I think it was the cheapest. You could do any flavor; it doesn't really matter, but whatever.
Zach, you're right. He is only eating peanuts. I don't believe this shit about casein protein.
1 scoop.
It's a dairy product, okay?
2 scoops. Great. All right, that's all the ingredients in my shake. The way I've been making it, at least. So you just kind of even that out a little bit, like that. And then you add in the remaining liquid that you need. Just kind of like
almond milk. Is that what it is?
Do it slowly on top.
Do it slowly on top.
Just a little bit extra liquid.
Always extra liquid.
That should be perfect. Put the thing away.
I don't know. Like I don't want to be digesting protein all fucking day.
Everything's there. Then we take our wonderful blender top glory, and go ahead and screw that right on.
How about some greens with some eggs? Try that for breakfast. I thought that thing was going to shake
I'm gonna just
up
take
right
the
up the
top
table.
off the thing. Put that to the side for just 1 second. Put on the lid to drink.
Oh, that looks so good. Why is this video an hour?
Put that to the side, then we just go ahead and rinse that off real fast so we can use it again.
You can try that with your measuring cup, measuring spoons, and everything in your house.
Great.
Hola, Rita.
Yoink.
How you doing?
Yep. All right. And thus is the breakfast shake in all of its glory. You can do the math on the macros yourself because I literally showed you every single ingredient.
Do I look Asian? I can't do the math on the macros. What are you talking about? I have some vague understanding of what the macros are, and I guess the math involved. And it's like everybody makes diet so difficult. It's like eat less and then don't eat out of a box, a bag, or a can. Wow, I've just made you healthy. It didn't take much at all. Oh my gosh.
So you can look it up yourself, but I believe it's something like 630 calories, something in that ballpark.
Why are you having a
And it's pretty good on the macro balance, but you can obviously do the math yourself because I literally showed you everything. And it's very tasty.
I don't buy it.
It's very tasty and very nutritious. And it's relatively clean. You know, because you're using
here
relatively clean ingredients, right? You're using
just under an hour.
Regular oatmeal, in this case organic. You're using
15 minutes probably.
Optimum Nutrition's
We'll finish this
protein powder, which is a very good respected brand. You're using the Faye yogurt.
You know what you could do if you want to do a weight loss journey and you want some sustaining energy, and like a breakfast thing. They have 0 fat Greek yogurt of various flavors. I prefer vanilla. That has 15 grams of protein in it. Like there's no fat. It's relatively low calorie. It has 15 grams of protein. Put a couple servings of that in a blender or whatever. Actually, what I like to do is I like to mix that with almonds and freshly cubed up apples. I think that makes a great snack. If you want, you could also pour like flaxseed or chia seed over the top of it to add in some whatever bullshit they give you. I don't even know. But you don't have to like these shakes and shit. This is a 700 calorie drink. It's a 700 calorie drink. If you're a woman who's like 5'2" to 5'5", that's half of your nutrition for the entire day in that cup. Kurt's gonna, have this and then several 100,000 other calories.
A good respected brand. You're using the greens, so you got a nice, nutritionally balanced, relatively clean, relatively simple breakfast. Excellent.
Oh,
we're going to sit and enjoy breakfast for a moment, you and I.
Are we going to enjoy it? I wouldn't be happy at all with this.
Probably won't drink the whole thing on stream, but maybe I will. But we're just going to enjoy it together. Cheers. At the risk of stating the absolute obvious, of course, you could, of course, modify it yourself based on a whole lot of criteria. You could use frozen fruit.
Everything you put in there.
Put in a scope of frozen fruit. You could do like frozen banana slices, or even like whole fresh banana. That'd be good. You could also blend in like actual.
Dr. Vray says, unsubbed, get wrecked, junkie. Okay, I will. Thanks for telling me you were unsubbing before you gave me life advice. You felt like you needed to come in and announce it, so I figured I'd go ahead and address it. I hope you have a wonderful day, or whatever. Take this stick out of your ass.
Greens like spinach or something, although I find the powder to be a little bit easier, but that's what I'm doing right now. This is basically, I usually have one of these a day, sometimes two, because I do sometimes a meal substitution.
2 a day. 1,400 calories coming at you fast. And look, like I know, Kurt's huge, so he needs a lot of. He needs a significant amount of protein to maintain proper muscle development. He has been working out. I'm not trying to criticize him, but you're talking between two of those shakes that he just made. You're over 100 grams of protein each, so he's already pushing 2 bills on grams of protein. That's crazy. He's like, oh, I do this as a meal replacement after I have one for breakfast. Wasn't the breakfast one the meal replacement? Try a less than 700 calorie meal, though. Like, again, if you want to lose the weight, eat less. I don't know how else to say it. It's so basic and simplistic.
But this is a very common meal for me these days. Helps me lose weight and gets all the things.
Is it helping you lose weight, really? Because if you do the math and the macros, it is.
Yeah. And so, of course, the oatmeal is nice, is relatively slow digesting, right? The oatmeal is relatively slow digesting carbohydrate. The protein is slow digesting, right? So you get a shake that's well balanced and is relatively slow digesting and takes a long time, and therefore helps you avoid hunger. And of course is relatively nutritionally balanced. So all those positive things.
Why are his hands shaking? We've discussed this a couple of times. I don't know the answer, but apparently Kurt has answered this on one of his streams, or maybe multiple streams. It basically has to do with some long-held condition. I think it's probably exacerbated by his history of drinking. I don't know what his current drinking habits are, but my hands have always shook since I was a teenager, since I was about 15. But while I was drinking, I do think that they shook more. You never want to say that, right? Like, you never want to admit that. No, the alcohol's not doing anything to you. It's like, well, I mean, it has to. It does. Your body does react to alcohol. You're not special. But the way the internet is like, it doesn't actually move on a spectrum. It moves with point A or point B, and everything in between is lost. So if your hands shake due to alcohol, it's because you're like a crippling alcoholic who will die next week. Or your hands don't shake from alcohol, they shake from something else. Like, that's how the internet works. So I try not to shit on Kurt for his hand shaking. I was surprised, at first when I saw it, because I'd never noticed before. And it's very prominent, especially in these videos where his hands are, active and visible. Marie says, I try and be a better person. Nick has me laughing at a man's disastrous attempt at health. That's a way to word it. DC, the gentleman, says the blender shaking itself off the counter made sense why he took the time to shake the shiz even, but then he just flipped it upside down immediately, rendering his strategy retarded like himself. I don't know. Breakfast shakes are fine. Like, they're fine, but I just him sitting here being like, no, this is super healthy. It's like, 680 calories, 96 grams of protein. Like, oh my God, buddy. Well, I guess it's No. I did the math and the macros wrong. Sorry. I was thinking 2 scoops at 48 grams, but it was 2 scoops at 24 grams, making it 48 grams each. So he's only pushing, he's over 100 calories because the almond milk alone that he put in there is probably another 13 grams of protein. Yeah, so he should be over it. That being said, I wanted to correct my math and the macros or whatever.
Excellent. Let's talk a little bit about the gym. I'm pleased to report the gym continues to go well. I'm not sure that I'm necessarily posting every single time I'm there. I think sometimes I forget, but I'm still hitting the gym 6 days a week. I went to the gym yesterday.
Stop hitting her.
and the day before, I'm pretty sure. And the day before that, I could look it up in my app. But basically, I didn't go last Sunday and I didn't go last Monday because last Sunday I had, last Sunday I had 2 tires blow out. Well, not blow out, but I had 2 tires destroyed on my car, and that was at like 3:30 in the morning. So as a result of
Does he have 2 tires in his car? Hold on. What just happened?
as last Sunday, I had, last Sunday I had 2 tires blow out. Well, not blow up, but I had 2 tires destroyed on my car, and that was at like
3:30 in the morning. He has 2 tires blow out. Well, not blow out. But I had 2 tires destroyed at 3:30 in the morning on a Sunday. What the fuck happened? Why isn't that story being told? That sounds way better.
3:30 in the morning. So as a result of that, I didn't get a lot of sleep Sunday. That was Sunday morning at like 3 o'clock that happened. So I didn't.
Did somebody come and like stab his tires? Like what happened? Like there's something there that's juicy. Oh, hey, Bobby says, I come back a few years later and you have the Joker and a domestic abuser on your wall. Kind of fitting for the kind of people you are and who you attract. Trash. I attracted you, OA Bobby. Listen, girl, just because you're mad now doesn't mean you've been mad the whole time. We all know.
Get a lot of sleep Sunday because I was dealing with all that drama. And then I was pretty tired the next day. Yeah, too. I ran over something on the road and I destroyed both tires on my driver's side. Yeah. So sucks.
Again.
Okay. Anyway, it's not important.
The most commonly flat tire is the rear passenger side tire because the front passenger side tire will often kick back something that is laying down on the road. Like nails tend to lay like on their sides or screws or whatever. However, when the front tire runs over those, the tire is rotating against the road and it can kind of kick up even and change the orientation of whatever else. And then the back tire tends to be the victim. That being said, so he runs over something and destroys both tires on his driver's side. What happened? What was it?
Well, I was just explaining the workout. So I didn't go Sunday because I had that whole drama and I didn't get much sleep. And then I didn't go Monday because I was still kind of tired from the drama on Sunday. But I've been every other day this week. I actually went even on Wednesday because on Wednesday, for a combination of reasons, I didn't make improv.
I want to see a Kurt improv class so much. Oh, I want to see it. A Kurt improv performance. Man, that'd be so fun. That would be so fun. Okay, like I have to commend Kurt. Like honestly, I honestly do. Like he has been working out. Like and he does look better than he did. Like that's all real. And I almost never go to the gym. So cheers to him for that. I'm trying to work that into my routine. I haven't done it yet. But it's better to say that you're going to do something and never do it. That's the best way to approach life, I've learned. That's it. But no, getting into a gym routine is on my list of things to do in the next month or so. As other things have been, wrapped up with a nice bow and taken care of. I would like to be spending my time on self-improvement in that way. And I haven't gotten to it. So I do want to commend Kurt on that. I do think that's admirable. And I think he's been doing really good with it. It's really cool.
So normally I don't do workouts on Wednesdays because normally I'm at improv, but I wasn't able to make improv. So I went to the gym on Wednesday. So I was at the gym Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Nice alibi.
Yeah. So, anyways, and I'm planning on going again today. So, gym is going well. So, I thought I'd report positively. On my app that I'm using this app called Gravel. It's Gravel. And it's been, the AI on that is a little bit better. I was using this app called Fitbod for the longest time, but the app.
The AI on your fitness app? What are you talking about? Pick up something and walk. There. Fitness. I'm about to fit this workout program down your fucking throat. What is he talking about? Oh, this app has better AI for my fitness. Like, what do you need? Deadlift, shoulder press, bicep curls, tricep curls, leg day. That's it. There you go. Start there. Also run if you can. What's this?
Future Nick here. I figured it out. He ran over his own fupa and that was it. No tires. Just poof. Gone. Destroyed for good.
I just find it like it's both on the driver's side because you know that car like drives fucking tilted. Ah! What a disaster. All right, guys. I need to go. I have to get ready for my hearing. My plan is to stream tonight at the normal-ish time, like around 11 p.m. as well. And we'll be finishing this up. I wanted to give a nice little preview to it here. But the main goal, of course, was to just do some honor to Charlie Kirk and what he's done for the American people and what he did for his family. And the loss that all of us suffer from it. We're a worse place without Charlie Kirk. And so I wanted to just pay a little respect to that and then laugh a little bit with you guys because I haven't been able to do that too much lately. And we're looking to get back into that. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a good day and then stay. You can check locals or Twitter to watch for the announcement for the stream tonight. All right, guys. Keep your heads up. Keep your family close. Keep your ideas rigorously defended, guarded, and delivered with dignity to anyone who will listen. Cheers. Peace. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along with his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight. We'll hear some lost-plaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitter and Erland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an Ardbeg, a bow, more of Lafroig. The spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear lost-plaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Dundee to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. From the wide shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the thought better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed, to make the love of